I'm here with F. Rodriguez, and F, I would give your introduction, except I would probably miss things. So, why don't you give us like the grand scale intro of who you are and why we're in Boulder?
Sure. So my name is F. Rodriguez. I'm the head organizer of Boulder Startup Week. Boulder Startup Week is 5 days of free events here in town to highlight our tech community and everything that these startups and the people that live here are building. We think it's worth sharing, and so we've dedicated 5 days to doing so.
Nice. And so right now, in the windows behind us, you can kind of see there, this is the opening party for Boulder Startup Week 2011. We're at Trotta's building in, the Daily Camera?
Yeah, it used to be the Daily Camera building. The Daily Camera is a newspaper that can no longer, I guess, support the size of the space, and so now Trotta's got it.
Yeah, so Trotta's got a number of employees here. They've got others kind of around the world doing crowdsourcing stuff for advertising. But I've seen some really cool things here as far as just the collaboration efforts that happen in Boulder, and it's more so than I've seen elsewhere. I mean, you've got a long line of places you've lived to get here.
Sure.
So have you seen collaboration like what you see here anywhere else?
I think that one of the reasons that it's able to, one of the reasons Boulder sustains that kind of collaboration is that it's small. I mean, it's deceptively small. I mean, it's got a university,
really.
And it's got, a lot of big companies here, IBM's here, etc. It's a very small place, and I think that, the level of cooperation among startups and even among mentors and people who need that guidance, it works here because there isn't a lot of anything else. It's not as broad as the Bay. It's not as, too young, like maybe Omaha, for example.
Right.
We're right in the point where we've got a lot of people who are committed to making this work, and it's working.
Nice. So what else have we got coming up this week? We've got Techstars.
Yeah, so Techstars has got, I think it's like a hack night over at their space. There's Tech Jeopardy, which is kind of it's a little gleeful, whimsical, like game show type thing.
Right.
There is, what else is there? There's hikes and picnics. And
well, we have the big event on Thursday.
Oh, yeah,
Come on, F. I was trying to give you the segue there, buddy.
I dropped the ball. I'm not an athlete. I never was an athlete. On Thursday we've got Ignite Boulder. Ignite Boulder is one of the biggest in the world. Consistently sells out here in town. We're at one of the biggest venues in town, Chautauqua Auditorium. Seats 1,321 people. We anticipate seating 1,321.
That's awesome. And so basically Ignite, if you're not familiar with what it is, it's kind of like if TED did more, I don't know. I don't even really want to. I don't want to pigeonhole it that way. I mean, how would you describe Ignite to someone?
I think it depends on the city. For Ignite Boulder, we started out. It was veering very into tech, very into social media and web design, things like that. Then it got a little into stand-up, which is entertaining, but not long-lived
Sure.
in terms of value. Now we've gotten to a point where, at least in town, we get creatives, we get educators, we get people with real amazing ideas who just want a platform. Not a soapbox, but just a receptive audience.
Nice. So that's, 4 hours coming up on Thursday night, or is it 3 hours?
Yeah, it's closer to 3 hours.
Okay.
And it's on Thursday night, bunch of sponsors, and the whole thing is volunteer run, meaning we don't make a dime, we give every penny back. Last time it was the Boulder Shelter for the Homeless. The time before that was the Boulder Firefighters Association.
Nice.
We have jobs, is the thing, and we're all, fairly comfy there.
Right.
We just need to do something with our free time.
And so you put on week-long events that are completely free. And yeah, some people like play croquet, dude.
Yeah, I thought about having like a more a simpler kind of hobby. Like maybe I could get into self-perms. I determined that I like people too much. I like, activity. So yeah, that seems to be a good fit for me.
Nice. So there you have it. Boulder Startup Week kind of in a 4-minute nutshell. And I hate to even do a 4-minute nutshell on it because there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, if you look on Plancast, which is kind of where the organization of all of this happens, it's literally, 50 or 60 events over the 3 days?
It's incredible. We had a lot of people who aren't even startup-y.
Right.
Want to take part, and you could call that opportunism. I think it's community. We have a pizzeria tour.
Yeah, I saw that today. I was pretty jealous of that, actually.
One of the things about Boulder is we're a haven for smart people, but also a haven for fitness, for foodies, And so, yeah, by all means, if you want to have an event, you want to meet some people who maybe aren't eating the best food, who aren't the most fit, yes, let's let these audiences merge.
Right. You should meet me, the guy behind the camera. That's why I've got F in front of the camera. So there you have it. It is F Rodriguez. You can follow him on Twitter at Pug.
That is correct, like the dog.
Like the dog, and that's what you've got, like a big heart for animal rescue, right?
I love me some animals, man. Pug was my nickname, growing up among my closer friends. I'm all 5'8", kind of scrappy. And yeah, this is also another thing about boulders. We love animals. Everyone here has a dog, a beard, a bike.
God, is that not the truth? Oh my lord!
Yeah, it's a little obnoxious. I've been there for years, but yeah. So Pug on Twitter, boulderstartupweek.com.
And and follow the hashtag to keep up with it for the rest of the week. It is BSW11, and so you can kind of follow along even if you're not here, and if you're anywhere near here, if you can get here this week, just get here.
Yeah, we're doing this. So this is being filmed Wednesday.
No, it's Wednesday.
We'll be doing events until Sunday. So if you were in Nebraska, if you're in Wyoming, drive out.
Yeah, definitely. All right, it is Boulder Startup Week. I'm here with F Rodriguez. Thanks, F. I appreciate it, buddy.
Sure thing.
It's Brad from thenextweb.com.